How's everybody doing? This is Ruben once again with Ulosophy. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked any of my past videos, please subscribe to the channel. Like or comment on the video would be greatly appreciated. Also, make sure to visit our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. We add great and powerful information there on a regular basis, so make sure you check that out. You know, in the last video, we talked about certain tools that you can use to make your dream building much more effective, much more efficient, because it's a major tool that you can use to build success in your life, to build momentum, to build motivation. And I gave you a couple of magazines that you could get that offer you to use this tool very efficiently. And you know, but it really comes to whatever liking you like. So there's dream building magazines on subjects such as yachting, travel, homes, jewelry, clothing, etc. It's up to you, whatever you like. And there's no right or wrong, as long as you like what's the pictures, the writings, whatever. As long as you like it, that's all that matters. So take advantage of that tool. Success is a decision away. It's a decision you make. We all make decisions throughout our day, throughout our lives. And think about it, when someone reaches success in whatever it is, it only took one decision for them to make to reach that level. People say, if I could be right 50% of the time, if I could be right, at just 60% of the time. No, you just have to be right once, and then, you go and get your prize. So success is a decision away, and it's a decision you make. And many of these decisions are made in things such as events, gatherings of like-minded people. You can motivate. You said, I'm gonna do it. That's it. Period. People get motivated in that way. People make decisions when they're at their lowest point. Success decisions come in those points. They could just come one day, you're sitting down on your sofa and you're just thinking, or you're reading a book, or you're having a conversation, and that decision can come in any form. But success is just a decision away, just one decision. Don't think that for you to reach success is you have to do so many things and get so many things right. It's not like that. Because remember what Earl Nightingale said, success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile ideal, which means that success is not when you reach, it's not the destination, it's the journey. No matter where you're at, no matter if you have it or you don't have it, success is a person who's on its way to doing it, who has that attitude of making things happen some way or another. That's what success is, having the right attitude, the positive attitude. And unfortunately, many people don't. Many people are just stuck in very negative mindsets that doesn't allow them to dream and get motivated. And they settle for mediocre stuff. They settle for mediocre jobs, lifestyles, whatever. When we were designed to evolve, to keep evolving. It's like a flower. It's either growing or dying. It's never standing still. We're not meant to be content. We're meant to be creators and creating nonstop. So, and it doesn't mean that it has to be in every area of your life. Just as you're doing something, even if it's a hobby, just letting the best out of you come out. That's the whole point. And for every single one of us is different. For a person, it may be painting on the weekends and letting their best come out of that. Some people are, making music. Some people, dealing with cars. Some people, decorating homes, whatever that is. As long as you're happy, that's success. There's no right or wrong. As long as you're happy and you're going towards that, that's what success is. People have the wrong mindset of what success is. Success is you being happy, and we're all different. So it's a decision you make. So remember, it's just that the success is a decision away. As I mentioned, success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile dream. Success is the journey, not the destination. As we talked about, God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, will always give you circumstances, it will give you situations, it will give you people and events that match the feelings that you are vibrating. Whatever you're feeling, that's what you're attracting into your life. That's why thoughts, it's a very profound thing that we talk about and can't stress enough, because once you could take control of your thoughts, then you can control your feelings. See, the imagination is powerful. It's a powerful tool. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real or what's not real, as long as it's in your brain, your imagination. So it's very powerful, and that's how healings happen. If you hear about these spontaneous healings or these faith healings that happen all over the world, that's how they happen. The brain doesn't know the difference between real reality. So when a person has a grapefruit-sized tumor and they go to a faith healer and they believe that they're healed, in their mind, their mind doesn't know the difference between reality and just a thought. So once you're in that state of you are healed, then your body starts working itself to be healed. You go outside, you get out in the sun, the sun hits your eyes, you start creating vitamin D. It's the same thing as your brain is a powerful thing. And the feelings are very powerful. Not only will it create that manifestation in your body, but it will create it in your life. That's what we talked about, your thoughts. And your thoughts create the feelings, and the feelings is what you're vibrating, and that's what God or the universe will give to you. In the Bible, there's a story of Job. The story of Job, many people are familiar with it. Job was very fearful. He was very fearful of what could happen, what bad things could happen. He was very fearful, and he vibrated that. And then suddenly all these things started happening to him. His body was with disease from the tip of his head to the sole of his feet. His family was in a disarray, and all these bad things started happening to him. And he said, what I have feared has come upon me. That works on the negative, but it also works on the positive. It's your feelings. That is why not even Ulosophy, but whatever works for you, make sure you get into something that's constantly sharpening your axe, constantly sharpening your mind and your thoughts to positivity. Whether it's a religion, church, or whether it's Ulosophy right here, or some other self-help or motivational thing. Whatever works for you, there's no right or wrong. Whoever tells you there's one thing right, they're lying. And whoever tells you that this thing is completely wrong as well. There's no right and wrong here. We're all different, and different things work for different people. So whatever works for you and gets you motivated, makes you have hope in life, and gets you thinking positive, that's what we're talking about. That's what could help you. So remember, God or the universe will always give you circumstances, situations, people, and events that match the feeling you're vibrating. There's a 10-second miracle in life. There's a miracle that can happen within 10 seconds. And that is taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life. Once you start taking responsibility for everything in your life, you start realizing that you are in control of your life. There's nobody to blame. Maybe at the beginning it may be a hard reality to confront, but as you get more and more familiar with this idea, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to feel more in control of your life. And the outside influences will start having less and less influence on you. And that's the whole point of Ulosophy, to make you empowered, to make you feel that you are in control of your life. I'm not here to make you perfect, because none of us are perfect. Trust me, no matter how good you get at this information, no matter how deep or on whatever information, we're not perfect. You will miss the hole just like a professional golfer does. You will miss the basket like a professional basketball player does. We're not perfect. But if I could get you empowered and feel that you have control over your life, more and more control by every single year, you feel more and more in control of your life, and less you have to depend on outside influences, then that's you're gonna realize that you do have control of your life, and then you can be happy with what you want. That's the whole point. So taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life. Okay, that's the goal. So that's the 10-second miracle. Once you realize that, you feel freedom that you never felt before, because you feel that nothing controls you. God gave you the power to make your destiny however you want. Forget about the DNA. Forget about the saying that says God has a plan for you. There's a plan for you. There's your genetics. It's in your genetics. Like, if you don't do nothing about it, if you don't take the wheel and make your life how you want, yes, God does have it. There was a plan for you set out, and it's in your genes. This is why a grandparent may have, let's say, cancer. There's a good chance that the parent, actually the mother or the father, will have it too, and then will pass on to the child. It's like, it's in your genetics, right? Medical science even tells us that, but it goes even deeper, like on a much deeper form. It's in your genetics. But your thoughts are much more powerful than your DNA. And you have the ability to change that DNA whatever way you want. Just like a person who is born in a good family, for example, they're born in a family with good genetics, and then they get into drugs and bad things, and they commit suicide. Just like their genes are like in their good genes, they can fall too. And just like you may not be born on the right side of the tracks, but doesn't mean you cannot go where you want to go in life. See what I'm saying? So, 10-second miracle. There's a word called mysticism. And the goal is to eliminate mysticism. So what is mysticism? Mysticism is not blaming any outside influences for what's happening in your life. It's taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life. So not blaming any outside influences for what's happening in your life. Not blaming any outside influence for what's happening in your life. It's in your thoughts. You're creating it. It's taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life. That's what mysticism is. And we have to eliminate that. And the way you eliminate that is by changing your thoughts, changing your DNA frequency, changing it to a more positive one, a more empowered one. And there's only one outside stimulus that can do that, and that is your brain, your thoughts, you. You're empowered when you believe and realize you have 100% control and responsibility for everything that happens in your life. But you are disempowered when you believe you're a victim, and you have limited control over what happens in your life. So if you believe you're a victim and you have limited control over what happens in your life, then you are disempowered. See, Ulosophy's goal is to make you feel empowered. But if you feel you're a victim and you have only limited control over what happens in your life, then you're disempowered. If you believe that it's your parents that made you this way, that it's your genetics that made you this way, and that you have no control over, that you were born this way, then you're disempowered. Believing that you are 100% in control of only some areas of your life, that's disempowerment. But when you believe and realize you have 100% control and responsibility for everything that happens in your life, then you feel empowered. Then you say, you know what? This addiction, I'm powerless. I'm not powerless with this, with this addiction. I have control over my life. I can move beyond this. Then, once you get to that point, you're empowered. Now you can move forward. Maybe many people are not moving forward because of this truth. They don't feel that they have control over their lives. They feel that they are not powerful enough. Condemnation has a lot to do with it, and it's a subject that I will talk about in the future too, because it's very, very important. So the goal here is to feel empowered. And how do I get you to feel empowered? By making you realize that you have 100% control and responsibility for everything that happens in your life. You start blaming the government, you start blaming your family, you start blaming your friends, you start blaming, the city, you start blaming the police, you start blaming whatever. You start realizing that it's here. The mirror is you. And that you can control your life. You can make your life whatever you want. That's the whole point. Now, we talked about Napoleon Hill. Remember Napoleon Hill? Napoleon Hill was hired by Andrew Carnegie on a 20-year commission to study all the wealthy people at that time that Andrew Carnegie knew, people like Henry Ford, Firestone, Thomas Edison, etc. He studied these people for 20 years, and then he wrote a manuscript called The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. Then they came out with a shorter version of that, because The Law of Success is very thick. They came out with a shorter version called Think and Grow Rich. So in those two books, he says that for you to reach success in your dreams, to make your dreams a reality, you have to have a high burning desire for its achievement. If you look at interviews of these super successful people, what they always say, they say, I sleep, eat this business. I sleep, eat, breathe this business, or this, or my acting, or my manufacturing, whatever. They think about they have a burning desire for his achievement. They're willing to travel 2 hours to a meeting. It's a burning desire. How do you increase this burning desire? You may say, look, I have a dream, but I don't feel I have a burning desire. Well, how can you increase this burning desire so you can start making your dreams come true? It's very simple. Reduce doubt, and increase belief that you'll get it. How do you reduce doubt and increase belief? By listening to this information over and over and over and over again. Changing your belief system. That's how you'll increase burning desire. What is doubt? What is doubt? Doubt will hinder your dreams, or the speed in which you would attain those dreams. Doubt is basically thinking about the how and only focusing on what's in your radar screen. Thinking about the how, okay? Well, you have a dream of building a business. Oh, but how will I do it? How will I get the money to build it? How will I get the proper management to keep it running? How will I? Doubt is basically what? Thinking about the how. and only focusing on what's in your radar screen. Well, I wasn't born on the right side of the track, so I don't have no pull to make a business happen. Or how will I do this in my life? I don't have, I don't have connections. I don't, excuses, really. Doubt kills dreams. Doubt can sink a ship. And what is doubt? Thinking about the how and only focusing on what's in your radar screen. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like or comment on the video if you like it. I'll see you guys next time.